Look, if you've been successful, you didn't get there on your own. If you've got a business, you didn't build that. Somebody else made that happen. Those are the words of President Barack Obama, and a view widely accepted by the left in this country today. Let me read that again, nice and slow, really let it sink in. Look, if you have been successful, you didn't get there on your own. If you've got a business, you didn't build that. Somebody else made that happen. I come from a small business-minded family. My grandfather owns an insurance company. My mother runs her own piano studio. My dad spent some time as a private practice chiropractor. I have several friends that are currently working their tails off to get startup businesses off the ground. From talking to them, you realize just how demoralizing it is to not have the support and backing of the government. It is absolutely stunning to me that instead of painting a picture of future growth and prosperity in our nation, the leader of this country is out rewriting history and belittling the accomplishments of the job creators in this country. Well, here's my message to the left in this country. It was not your big government policies that made our country what it is today. It was not the doing of any government entity, group of people, individual, or for that matter, even the founding fathers. It was their vision that created what we have today, but it is the businessmen and women of our country that throughout history have made our country great. The risks they took and the sacrifices they made are what allowed our country to become the most prosperous nation on the face of the earth. To demean the accomplishments of the entrepreneurs of this country is to attack the very core of American exceptionalism. You see, our founding fathers had a vision. They knew they would never have all the answers to every question. They knew their knowledge alone would not be enough to run a country effectively. That's why they set up the system we have today that allowed for the individual to work to the fullest of their potential, to go out and start a business, to create jobs, and in the process, they will help the country prosper. Instead of trying to rewrite the past, we should be looking to the past to help solve the problems we are facing today. Our national debt is nearing $16 trillion, over $50,000 for each and every one of you, or around $140,000 per taxpayer. In Iowa, we face $5.7 billion in unfunded liabilities, a crumbling infrastructure, and a brain drain fueled by young people forced to leave the state because they can't find jobs here. These are real problems, and they need real solutions. The only way to fix these problems is to grow. Growth is the only answer. Growth as a state and growth as a country. We need to look to the current job creators, not demean them, and send a clear message that the government is there to help them in any way possible, not attack them for their hard work and their accomplishments. The short-sightedness of the president and of the left astounds me. What message does it send to the young people looking to start a business when you're out attacking our current job creators? The fact of the matter is the only way we'll get out of this crisis is if young people go out and create new jobs. And to do this, we need politicians that aren't looking only to their current election cycle, but instead are looking to the future. And if I'm elected, that is exactly what I intend to do. I want my kids and my grandkids to grow up in the same state, in the same country I was blessed to grow up in. I have a vision of the future that is more prosperous than anything we could currently imagine. But in order to do that, in order to achieve that, we must cut taxes, reduce regulation, and slash spending at the state level. Most of all, we must provide certainty to the business community and the future job creators of this state. If elected, I intend to send a loud and clear message that Iowa is a state where you want to start a business. This is a state where the government is here to support the business, not the other way around. The choice before us in this election is clear, and whether we like to admit it or not, the future is now. The future is in front of our eyes. The future is today. It is time for us citizens to stand up for what we know is right. We can no longer stand idly by during these elections. Each and every one of us needs to help out, do our part every day from now until the fall. There are many ways you can help out, but personally I break it down to 3 M's. First off is moral support. Your thoughts, your prayers, it goes a long way, it helps, it keeps us going each and every day. Second is man or woman power. That comes down to it. It's the boots on the ground. It's being willing to come in and stuff envelopes till midnight one night when you need to get a campaign fundraiser open. It's door knocking, it's making calls, it's being willing to have yard signs in your yard, whatever it is, whatever your cup of tea is, we'd very much appreciate it. And third is the money. I'm a poor college student. I don't have some giant personal war chest to pull on. We need the support of everyone in the community to make these elections happen. Unfortunately, it's not a cheap process. So if you are willing, please stop by. I've got a booth over here or in the area. I'm sure Steve King, Mitt Romney's people, Dane's people, all the candidates have stuff over there, so stop by at the end when you're willing. I have a sign up over there. One of the big things I'd like to push today, if you're willing to have a yard sign for me in the fall, put an X next to your name on the sign up, and we'll get you a yard sign this fall. Anyway, thank you for your time today. Remember, the future of the country is now. It truly does rest on the results of this year's election. It will not happen without the efforts of all these people in this room. No one person can do it alone. So please, go out, get involved, and do it today. Thanks.